Today I messed up by manufacturing weapons on campus. Too long. Didn't read. Didn't think of target arrows as weapons, wore them in my hip quiver on my walk to my friend's apartment to finish making them, got stopped by campus police, the arrows I spent $100 plus on parts for got confiscated, might be facing serious trouble. I've been an archery instructor in the summers for a couple years now, and decided it was finally time to get my own gear. My friend has a fletching rig and offered to bring it to school. I'm in college, so we could work on building some custom arrows together. It's been a slow process, but we're almost done with them, and I brought the small handful of finished arrows back to my own apartment on campus. He left for the weekend but said that I could stop by his apartment to finish putting together the last 4 arrows while he was out. I threw the finished arrows into the hip quiver I bought recently and put the quiver on. I was almost at my friend's apartment complex when I got stopped by the campus police, who asked if they could just chat for a bit. I explained that I did not have a bow on campus, and the arrows just had target tips on them. I thought that would be enough and that they would let me go off on my merry way. I was wrong. The campus police asked what I was doing with the arrows, and I explained that I was going over to my friend's apartment to use his fletching jig, just finish up some knocking and fletching. They asked if I had any other weapons on me. That's when my brain stopped. They considered the arrows to be weapons. I told them I had a small, 3-inch pocket knife on me and where it was before reaching for it and showing them. They had no issue with the knife, but with the half-finished arrows around my waist and in my buddy's apartment. They asked for my student ID and quiver. I pulled my wallet out, showed them my student ID, and then unclipped my quiver to hand to the officers. They then asked if I could bring them to my friend's apartment, and I obliged. I texted my buddy's roommates, who are also my friends, to let them know I was coming over with the campus police, and I was let in. Campus police poked around a little, took some pictures, and said the words "manufacturing weapons on campus." All of our hearts stopped. One of my buddy's roommates is an RA, who is now in danger of losing their job. Campus police finished up with their questions and pictures, told us not to make any more arrows, and left after telling me that I might be able to pick up my arrows when I go home for Easter. My RA friend called their supervisor to see if they would still have their job after all of this went down. Thankfully they most likely still will, and I left the apartment to go back to my own. I am now waiting to hear back from Ree's life to see exactly how much trouble I'm in. Edit, because people keep bringing it up, there is no archery program on campus. My buddies and I were working on forming one. Today I messed up by going in my wife's purse without asking. Today I messed up late last night. I heard my wife's phone ringing in her purse. She was already in bed, so I reached in there and got it out to hand to her. When I went to retrieve the phone, I also saw some candy in there. So I got the pack of candy out also and ate the small pack of about 11 pieces of Sour Patch Kids. I woke up at about 3 a.m. in the morning having to use the bathroom. When I went to go stand up, I felt real woozy. I thought this was because I was recently diagnosed with MS, and I thought it was a side effect of my MS. I stumbled onto the bathroom and I had to sit on the toilet just to pee. I get back to the bed and I could not hold a coherent thought in my head. I'm thinking, oh my God, if MS is causing this confusion, there is no way I can live like this. My mind is steady racing. I wake my wife up and tell her how I feel. I tell her if I don't wake up or if I go crazy, tell my kids I love them. She asks me if I want to go to the ER. I said no because my dad suffers from panic attacks and anxiety. He goes to the emergency room twice a week because of it. I was thinking maybe I might just be having a panic attack. I was thinking my wife has good insurance on me, so if I die they'll be taken care of. I finally fall back asleep. My wife wakes up to go to work the next morning. She asks if she needs to call in work and take me to the doctor. I told her no. She then walks to my side of the bed and sees the empty candy wrapper. Then she asks me, "Did you eat my candy?" I get a good look at the candy wrapper she's holding up since all the lights are on. I see her holding the empty wrapper of what I thought was Sour Patch Kids gummies. They were actually edibles called Stony Patch Kids. Then she starts laughing and says that's what you get for going in my purse without asking me. Too long. Didn't read. I ate edibles called Stony Patch Kids that I found in my wife's purse. The candy I ate had a total of 1,000 milligrams THC. I was in bed for 2 days. Today I messed up by gambling on a 50-50 and losing. Obligatory. This happened yesterday. I was sitting in a Zoom meeting and hadn't eaten anything all day. I felt my stomach rumbling and felt the need to fart. However, I also felt something solid moving as I was spreading my cheeks to silently fart in a meeting that I was actively participating in. I quickly sucked in the fart as soon as I felt that solid thing move. I held it in and paused for a minute, weighing the pros and cons of letting this fart/shart rip. I haven't eaten anything all day, so it couldn't possibly be shit. It's probably just a really dense fart. I muted myself on the Zoom call just in case I was about to unleash a sonic boom. I grunted quietly but forcefully and sharted. Too long. Didn't read. 50-50 to shart and lost during Zoom meeting.